And in those studies, I found that there were 8 essential elements that were present in music that are also present in successful speeches. Now the question is, what defines a successful speech? I know in speaking, most people think the Holy Grail is a standing ovation. But just because you receive a standing ovation does not mean that your speech was successful. It may mean people enjoyed themselves, it may mean people like you, but that doesn't necessarily mean it's successful. There are 3 elements that will help you know if your speech is successful. And I call them the 3 R's. People must remember the speech, they must repeat the speech, and they must respond to the speech. If they don't remember, repeat, and respond to the speech, your speech was not successful. Now, if we look at what happens with music, do people remember music? Yes. Absolutely. In fact, I'm willing to bet you can probably remember some songs word for word that you haven't heard for 20, 30, maybe 50 years. People remember music. Do people repeat music? Have you ever been driving in your car, heard a song you could not stand, and then found yourself singing it? People repeat music. Do people respond to music? Walk into the grocery store, stroll down the dairy aisle, and watch what happens when someone hears an oldie playing over the PA system. They'll do their own karaoke rendition. In fact, my 11-year-old son looked at me one day and said, "I don't think I want to grow up." Because he thought this is, well, he sees me do it too, but he pretty much figures this is what older people do when they hear music they like. They just start to dance, reminisce about the old days. So with music, people remember, repeat, and respond to it. Well, that's great, John. In theory, we know it works in music, but does it work in speeches? The words, "I have a dream," have echoed throughout history. The words, "we will fight on the beaches," have echoed throughout history. Those speeches were remembered, they're repeated, and they were responded to because they brought about change. And not only has it been done in speeches, it is still being done in speeches. It is being done in companies. It is being done with fundraising efforts. It is being done in our social system. People are creating speeches that are like music to their audience's ears that are remembered, repeated, and responded to. In order to do this, you need to be able to incorporate 8 essential elements that are in music into your speeches. Now, the good thing is, you won't have to learn what those 8 essential elements are. The majority of the 8 essential elements I'm about to tell you, you already know. So you won't have to memorize them. The only question is, how do you take what you know and actually put it into practice? See, a lot of people say knowledge is power. I disagree. Because there are a lot of things we know that we don't do. The application of knowledge consistently, that's power. So how do we take the 8 essential elements and put them into our speeches? Let me tell you what the 8 essential elements are first. How many of you own a song? Anyone here own a song? Okay, a couple people? See, I know there's more of you. Let me explain what I mean, because I might be confusing it. If you own a song, then when you are with a friend or a loved one driving in the car, and that song comes on, you immediately stop them and say, "It's my song." Let me ask the question again. How many of you have a song? We all claim ownership to some song or another. We didn't have to write, produce, or promote it, but it belongs to us. And nobody should interfere when that song comes about. Element number 5 explains why we have a song. Music creates a mood. And how quickly did that mood get created? 5 seconds, 10 seconds, bam! The mood in your speeches must be set right off the bat. Now, don't get me wrong. I am not saying grab their attention, shock them with a statistic. That's not what I'm saying. What I am saying is create a mood that is appropriate for your audience and for the occasion.